Hello, in this video I'm going to show you how you would create your master file for your interactive multimedia product, which is something that you will do using PowerPoint. Okay, now when you're creating your master file, you need to bear in mind, keep at the forefront where you're thinking you are not putting content onto slides at the moment, you are just designing what those slides are going to look like. Okay, so when you go to create a new PowerPoint, for example, you might see something like this. This is PowerPoint in Office 365, so it might look slightly different to the version you're using, but you'll have a number of different themes that you can choose from. Okay, but the one we're going to choose from here is the blank presentation. Okay, now the reason for that is what we're going to do is we're going to design that, we're going to create that design that you might see on some of these others, but we're going to create our own. We're going to make it not to look like a PowerPoint, but to look like the interactive product that you want. So we start with a blank presentation. Okay, and what we're going to do is we are going to go into a special view called Slide Master. Okay, and that allows us to design what the Slide Master looks like. Now, when I click on New Slide, now this one looks quite boring because I've gone for a blank presentation, but you've got all these different types here, and if you were to choose one of the built-in types, you'd see lots of different designs appearing here. These are all slide masters, where someone has designed what the layout of those slides are going to be, what the colors, what the images, the default ones on all those slides are going to be, and that's what we're going to do today. Okay, now to create our slide master, we first of all need to go to the View tab, and we need to click on Slide Master. Now, when you do this, and I always think this is a slight flaw in how PowerPoint has its interface. You get this interface down here of lots of slides, and as you click on them, it shows what that slide looks like in the main area, which just looks and feels like as if you're creating a normal PowerPoint. But this is not a PowerPoint. We are not creating slides in a PowerPoint. We are creating slide designs. Okay, and the only thing that'll tell you that's slightly different is you've got this almost hierarchy here, where you've got here this one with the one beside it, which is like the main theme, and then you've got lots of sub themes. And the idea behind that is, if you think when we clicked on that little drop down to add a slide, we saw lots and lots of different options. These are all those different options, and this is just, you can think of it as a master of the master slides. When you have something that's going to be common across all of them, you might put that here. Okay, and we're not going to do that today. We're just going to create a normal master slide. So what we're going to do is we're going to pick one of these, any one of these, it doesn't matter. Okay, when we click on that, what we're going to do is we're going to get rid of everything that's on there. So I'm going to highlight them all and get rid of it. So I've now got a completely blank page, and that allows me to add the decoration that I want to be on there. Okay, now my slide, you may have seen my example of this already, is I'm going to create a multimedia presentation about my favourite rugby team, which is Leinster Rugby, and their colours are blue and yellow, so that's the kind of colours I'm going to be using. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to set myself a background. Now if you look up here across the top, as well as the normal tabs, we've got this special one now called Slide Master, and that's really important, okay, because that's got the close master view, and if I ever want to close the master view, I need to come back here. That's really important to remember, because it looks and feels the same as if you're creating a PowerPoint. When you're creating your slide master, you're not creating the PowerPoint, you're just creating the slide master. So for example, you can see I've got rid of everything on this. If I click close master view now and go back to normal, if I click on this drop down, you can see that this one is turned blank. Okay, and that's because I have, or it might actually be this one has turned blank. Yeah, the third one along has turned blank because I've got rid of everything on that. So let me go back to my slide master. Yep, third one down. So what I'm going to do is, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to set the background. Okay, and this is the only thing. This is one of the only things I really do using the Slide Master tab. Okay, if I click on that, I can select a background style. I can go to Format Background, and there's lots of different options here. For example, I could put images, things like that. I just want a color, so I'm going to go with solid color, and I am going to go with a nice blue color. Okay, blue for Leinster. Okay. and I'm now going to put on. I'm now going to start putting on here first of all the graphics that are going to appear all the time, and then I'm going to set the layout components. Okay, and they're slightly different. Okay, so if I want to set a piece of graphics that's going to appear no matter what and cannot be changed, it's always going to be there, for example a logo or something like that, then I would go to the insert tab. Okay, and I would insert a the images or the text or something like that, and that is something that's going to be there no matter what. Okay, so I'm going to insert a picture, and I'm going to, first of all, I'm going to get it from my folder where I've stored all the images that I want to use in my project. So if I go to insert from this device, and then I have all of this stored in a folder, so I'm going to copy and paste what that folder is. I want to get the Leinster Rugby logo. Okay, and I'm going to have that up in this corner. Okay, let's shrink it down a little bit, and I also then want to give it a border. Go for a 2¼ point border, and it's already coming up as black. That's great. And then I want to have the name Leinster down the side. So I'm going to insert a text box. Now remember, whilst this is a text box, when I come to create my slides, I can't change this. This is locked in place. Okay, and I'll show you in a minute how we create text boxes, which are more where your content goes. This is not content. This is me creating something that will be there all the time. So I want a text box. I'm going to put it roughly there. Okay, and I'm going to have actually make it all capitals. Okay, and I want it to be yellow. I'm not highlighting this one. There we go. I'm also going to make the shape, oh, wrong one, 2¼ point. There we go. And the outline. The outline to be black, it is, and then I want the text to be yellow. Did have a yellow for a moment there, but it's gone. Now I'm going to start increasing the font size, center it, and I want it to just, that's a little bit too big. Okay, actually I want it smaller than that, and what I'm now also going to do is make it a bit narrower. Now, so this is a little bit of trial and error, okay, to get the right, oh, I think I have to come in just a little bit more, there we go, and perfect, right, that's the size that I want. I'm going to pop that there. And in fact, I'm going to maybe shrink the logo down so it matches that. Move that up. There we go. Just pull that out a little bit there. Yeah, they're perfect. Okay. And then across the top, actually no, that will be a placeholder. In fact, I think that's the only things I want there as permanent graphics. Okay, so everything else is going to be what's called a placeholder, and the idea of a placeholder is that when I create a slide with this on with of this design, that will always be there, but I want a space to put the name of the player and a space to put details about the player and a space to put an image of the player, and they will be placeholders. Okay, if we look here, these are placeholders. When I click on this, this will allow me to click on that, add a title and add text and that kind of stuff. So what I'm going to do, all of the placeholders are on the Slide Master tab. So I click Insert Placeholder, I can insert a text placeholder, and I'm going to put the text placeholder there. Actually, yeah. Okay, now when it comes up, you see the way it comes up with this where it's got the different levels, okay, and that's simply because PowerPoint is normally designed, well, to use points to be bullet pointed. We don't want anything to be bullet pointed, so actually I'm going to just get rid of all this, okay, and I'm going to instead type in player name, okay. I'm also going to center it. I'm going to change the color to be the same yellow. I'm going to change the shape format to be, there we go, to be black, to be the same black. Actually, do you know what? I'm going to change this not to be black, but to be yellow. There we go. So I'm going to change that to be the same. That was orange, not yellow, wasn't it? There we go. To yellow. I'm going to change the horizontal alignment, or the vertical alignment to be horizontal, to be in the middle as well. Maybe change the size of the font. There we go. Perfect. Now, when I create a slide, and we'll see it in a minute, player name will appear there, but it won't. As soon as I click on it, that player name will go away, and then I would type in the name of a player. So that will change. This, however, will not change. This will always be Leinster. Making sure, yeah, I did get the wrong one there as well, didn't I? Making sure that will always be there as that. I can't change it because it's not a placeholder. That is actual text. This is just a placeholder. I'm going to create another placeholder. So I'll go to Slide Master, insert placeholder for text. And again, I'm going to get rid of all this, and let's say player bio. Let's make it 16 point. Again, make it yellow. I'm going to make the shape same outline color, 2.25 point, and the same yellow. And then here I'm going to create another placeholder, but this one's going to be a picture placeholder. And let's call that player picture. Get rid of the bullet point as well. It doesn't matter what I do with the font here because there won't be any text, but I do want it to have the same outline. Same color. Now I'm just going to make sure this all matches up. You notice when I move these up and down, see that little red line that appears? That's telling me it's now in line with the other one. There we go. And let's make sure this is in line on that side as well. There we go. And I think that's everything there. Perfect. Happy days. So now I'll go back to Slide Master. Click Close Slide. And remember, I haven't created any content yet. So as soon as I click Close Slide Master, this will all go. It's all gone because I've not actually created any content yet. Okay. In fact, I can get rid of this page. Don't want that slide. And when I click now on New Slide, you'll see my design is there. So if I click on that, now it's brought. Now I've actually got that page, and I know I've got that page, for example, because look, when I click on this Leinster or the logo, I can't do anything with it. Okay, and that's the key thing. I cannot do anything with that, okay, because that is part of the design. Okay, what I can change is all these, like where it says player name. As soon as I click on that, player name will disappear, and I'll need to put that in. So my first player I'm going to do a slide on is Gary Ringrose, and I'm just going to quickly show you this, just to show you how quick it is to create slides once you've got your Slide Master in place. So when it comes to the player bio, now an important thing about this is in this exercise, it's not about you writing loads and loads of text. This is one of those areas where if you can find some text, even from something like Wikipedia, just copy it and paste it in. There we go. And then for the picture, there's my picture of Gary Ringrose. Insert that there. Perfect. Done. And that's how quick it is. And again, just to give you an idea of how quick we can create these, I'm just going to quickly do another one for you. Okay, so I'm going to do another player, a guy called Will Connors. Okay, so again, I go to home, new slide, and just imagine the timing of this, how long it's going to take me. U1, Will Connors, and because I've already prepared the text, that's just a simple case of copy and paste. In fact, there's not a great deal about Will Connors, so I'm going to take almost his entire page. Let's get rid of some of these. There we go. And then for the player picture, Will Connors, insert that. There we go. Done. Okay, so that's how we create our master slides. We first of all go to View, go to Slide Master, and we use that to create the design of the slide that we want to use for our content pages. Okay, good luck with that, guys.